And for our next match, boys, we're going to be doing I Am Legend and Team Wolfjaw, the brotherly love match. Am I my brother's keeper? What's the history on this matchup?
Well, first and foremost, Eric has never beat Chris. Chris has beat him. It's 4-0 on the series. They played each other 4 times.
And everybody's beat Chris.
And not only did...
Except for you, man.
True story on that.
Not only did Eric lose Chris, but Chris literally whooped his ass every single time. Like, it is like double-digit wins every single time.
I think I might have an erection right now.
Straight POTUS. He's got an erection right now.
Because let's face this, Eric, is that I own you. You are never, ever going to beat me. And I love you. But when it comes to fantasy football, and like the only good season you have as far as the tenure of this league was my team. Sure. Like, you can deny it all you want, and I understand you want to actually kind of hold on to that.
You've been claiming you drafted that team and you managed that team.
That was my team. Like, Eric,
it has Eric's name on it.
Eric can bogart it all he wants, but he knows deep down, and maybe on his deathbed one day, like, Chris, that was your team. And I understand it. Like, it's okay. I knew the entire time, but it's good that you're actually finally admitting it.
Right. He's going to die before you? Is that what? That's the most surprising part of this story.
Yeah. Look,
there's no way he's dying before you.
You're definitely dying of diabetes and ulcers before he dies.
I might be sicker than him, but Eric, look at that. He's so big. He's like a horse. He's like a prime horse. He's just his heart's just gonna crap out one day.
Right close to the finish line.
Yeah, right to the finish. It's like he's not like, I'm not saying he's out of shape, but that heart, it's
pumping a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's pumping a lot of blood on that thing. So it's going to give out pretty soon.
Let's break this thing down. All right, first and foremost, let's look at the quarterbacks. Chris has Aaron Rodgers.
It's a joke.
And Wolfjaw has Ryan Fitzpatrick? What the fuck? I mean, the Amish rifle, I mean, why in the world would you start him? I mean, I understand he's playing Oakland, but...
So I'll tell you what happened.
You had Cutler on your bench. What is wrong with you?
Mitchell stopped smoking weed, and Eric started smoking weed.
Oh, that's exactly what happened.
Because there's something going on here.
The Amish rifle, baby.
I think Rodgers rebounds and goes against that putrid secondary and has an awesome game. Quarterback of the week, in my opinion. And then Chris is actually getting a little bit ballsy, starting Darren Sproles, despite his backup role. I think that's a good move. I think against Indy's secondary... and their linebacking core is awful. So I think Darren Sproles has a good game. Eric is starting is Fred Jackson.
I need to note that Eric
he benched Bernard Pierce. Why? Like why would you do that?
And a side note that he did try to trade me before this week, Fred Jackson for Darren Sproles. So that just tells you how his confidence level is going in this week.
Yeah, a sucko contender for real. Despite having McCoy. Now McCoy and Lynch, I think it's pretty much a wash. I really like McCoy and I really like Lynch. Lynch is a touchdown guy for sure. McCoy is an all-purpose yardage guy.
McCoy's definitely better. But
yeah, McCoy's better, yeah. And now look at Roddy White versus Golden Tate. I think both of these guys have good weeks. Roddy White's been a little bit banged up throughout the week, so we'll see how he does, but I think that's pretty much a wash. And then Jeffrey versus Vincent Jackson. Vincent Jackson against St. Louis. I think Vincent Jackson's going to actually have a good game here. And Alshon Jeffrey's been banged up throughout the week going up against San Francisco, so I think... Jeffrey doesn't do all that well. Now, Julius Thomas versus Martellus Bennett, and Julius Thomas is going against Kansas City. Huge advantage there. Julius Thomas is a monster.
I did try.
Had 3 touchdowns last week.
I did everything I could to get Julius Thomas off that roster this week.
Now, this is where it comes into play, and I think this is where Wolfjaw loses it. Is he has Isaiah Crowell, despite having Bernard Pierce on his bench and Jay Cutler on his bench, has Isaiah Crowell in his flex. And Chris has Marcus Colston.
Sad story.
There's still time. He could wake up tomorrow morning, wipe the sleep out of his eyes,
he needs to wake up tomorrow morning and realize he's good at fantasy, but that's never going to happen. So
I'm just saying.
Who the fuck is Isaiah Crowell? Why would you start him? I know he got 2 touchdowns last week, but he's a no-name loser, and he's not doing it again. That's the best stat line he's having.
What we do know now is after watching Bernard Pierce, who's terrible, run all over the Steelers, is that Steelers cannot protect the run. Now, so Isaiah Crowell got those 2 touchdowns because Steelers suck.
Yeah. Now... And the defense is Saints defense against Cleveland and Rams against Tampa Bay. I mean, that's like watching 2 retards fight it out. I really don't. I think both these defenses are even. Who gives a fuck about kickers?
Who you picking?
I'm going with I Am Legend. In this sweep, it's 5-0 for this guy right here.
It's sweet.
I hate it for you, Eric, but your big brother's got you beat, man. He's got you. It's over.
I need to stop playing for 5 years just so you can catch up because I'm going to whoop that ass this week.
It's Bill Paxton.
So who are you taking?
Do I even have to say that I'm taking I Am Legend? Do I need to say it?
Give your best Bill Paxton impersonation from Aliens too. Game over, man!
Game over, man! What the hell are we going
Listen here. I can't let I Am Legend take the sweep and get all 3
Oh,
picks.
don't even.
Picking against him.
What?
Julius Thomas, LaShawn McCoy, go
Julius
off.
Thomas has to score 48 points to beat me this
He's-
week. You realize that?
This is where Eric gets a monkey off his back
Okay.
and freaking takes down
So, in
his
TJ's
big
world,
bro.
Julius Thomas decide they're not even going to cover him this week.
Nope.
He's just gonna walk. He's gonna walk into the end zone. He's gonna
That's
stand
right.
there. He's gonna wave, and he's gonna throw him 15 touchdown passes.
Which is bad news.
I'm gonna lose.
Which is bad news for this guy's team because he's got Demarius Thomas, which means
Yeah, he's not getting anything.
this
Yeah,
guy's losing this week.
That's all right. That's a good chance that might
That's
happen
what-
anyway.
what you
But listen here. I shouldn't even be being good to him. Shouldn't even be being
That's
good to
bad.
Eric because he's making posts on the league page specifically just talking about how shitty my
Exactly.
team is.
Exactly. So, won't you, before this is over, just go ahead and change it.
Can I still change it?
Yes, you can change it. It's not done yet.
I'm picking I Am Legend.
There it is.
Bam!